Well, hello, and welcome back to Idle Slayer. So one of the more interesting comments I have gotten on my videos is about how I'm able to do two things at once, but we'll talk about in a minute, because first, don't forget to like, don't forget to comment, don't forget to subscribe, and you know it, I know it, make sure you ring that bell. But yeah, I can't really show it here in the bonus stage, but I keep getting comments like, Are you using an auto clicker? How do you do two things at once? And I'll tell you, it is a miracle. It is a miracle that every computer you've ever used has two sets of inputs, a mouse and a keyboard. And that's how you do both. I'm honestly surprised. I shouldn't be too surprised, but like it should be obvious that I'm playing with, you know, Steam, and I get that comment so much. I'm like, I'm using a mouse and a keyboard. You have two of the devices just laying in front of you. Like, I'm assuming that this gives it away that I'm on Steam, but I don't know. It was an interesting thing because I had multiple comments about that, asking me how I was doing that. And I was just like, I was confused a little bit. Well, I was, and the part that got me the most is the insinuation that I was using some third-party software instead of the keyboard right in front of the mouse, or right in front of the computer, right next to the mouse. I was very, like, because one of the people were like, are you using an auto clicker? How can you do that? And it's like, no. If you even turn the video up, you can hear me slamming the keyboard. I don't know why, but that amused me so much. It just did. And I know it probably wasn't malicious, but the auto clicker thing made it seem malicious. And that's why I'm taking offense to it, because there's many videos. I don't think you can hear it now because I have the noise filter on. And yes, we were over here. And we did actually, I think, finally complete something over here. Yeah, we did. We got the Anubis down. So now we have the Anubis Guardian. We need to kill one before we leave. I accidentally forgot I left it here. Oh, damn it. Oh, jeez. No, I really need to kill one for the bestiary. But then we need to go to town. There we go. Alright, we need to go to town. There's two things we need to do in the village. Yeah, I forgot. I had a quest to go to the hot desert, and it finally happened. I forgot that I was over there, and I left it over there for a while. And you can see I have 10 quadrillion in the bank, and we're going to talk about that in a minute. But first, we're going to gamble. You can never gamble too much, just so you know. Okay, soul bonus. That usually would be good, but this time it's not. Alright, so what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to pop this. I'm not going to use that for anything. And we're going to come down here. Do this. Oh, darn it. I did it wrong. Damn it. I meant we're supposed to ascend, because this is one of the greatest tricks I've ever seen. So we have 45 seconds left for the bonus. Now the downside is, you saw me ascend 10 quintillion. I was at 80. Okay, so I was at 80, so that was like 12. It was about 12, a little over 12. It couldn't have been over 12%. No, it was a little more than 12.5%, because it was a little over 10 quintillion. So we're almost at 100 quintillion already, which is something I can't believe. I mean, I should be able to believe it because it's just math. Like, the number just goes up mathematically. You know? But I'm still surprised. The good news is we are going to be more ready than ever for an update. That's the best part. We are going to be ready to go. when an update comes. There's going to be one or two things that is going to happen. Well, there's really going to be one thing. So we're going to get an update eventually. And I'm going to ultra ascend. I'm going to assume that I'm going to ultra ascend. I at least have, oh wow, I have 8 stones waiting for me. That's going to be nice. Haven't had 8 stones in a while, let me tell you. And we're going to update. And then we're going to probably, there's going to be a reason. I'm very confident that when we update, there's going to be a reason to ultra ascend. And that's just how it goes. Okay, I think we're good. And yeah, we have to go to get the mushrooms. I honestly dislike the ones that make me go to different realms. So we're going to be going to the mushroom realm after this. Oh, can I get this? Alright, I guess we're going to grab some more buffs before we leave. We're going to get metal scorpions? Yes. Alright, that's probably all we're going to be able to grab. Now, I just love this method, because this is like the way to seed it. Yep, there's Higgins' amulet. Yep, there's a shuriken. That's what we were looking for. Shuriken. Somebody in the comments said I probably learned that from, Street Fighter. And that's a huge possibility. That's probably a yes. The good news is we're going to the mushroom place, so I can just burn these. Because we're going to go to the jungle anyways. Usually I don't burn them because I just don't want to go to the jungle, but we're going to the jungle, so... Okay, cool. And it's over. It's over. Alright. And I'll be honest, I know somebody in the comments, I think it was Mouse, mentioned that I need to work on something, and I forgot what it was. So we're gonna go to the jungle. Just so we can end up... And I honestly thought I was behind on eggs, but the good news is I'm not behind on eggs. So I'm very happy to find out I'm not behind on eggs. Let me do this. And then, yeah, I don't think any... Okay, everybody's pretty well upgraded then. We can't afford that. Oh. I guess the book wins. I don't know, I just picked something. Alright, so now we're here in the jungle, and of course we're trying to get the mushrooms and the... Let me turn the silvers on. Okay, they're on. Oh, I missed Ascending Heights. I'm also going to equip the armor, just for the heck of it, and then forget to swap it later, but, you know, we'll equip it for now. It makes getting the boxes easier. And obviously, there we go, mushrooms are done. And then we're going to look at the temporary item. Somebody, and just, you know, somebody in the comments mentioned that you can use the temporary items to get the quest. And that's true. But you know what else is, like, super cheap? This is super cheap, too. So it's like, this to me is cheaper to get, and I can just burn that as much as I want. I'm obviously, you know, we're just in a bonus stage, so I'm down 15. So that's something I just use instead of the eggs. Okay, well, now we have another bonus stage. And honestly... Oh, I need to change my skin. We're going to do that today, too. I think we're going to go with a classic skin and not the... It is almost Easter, though. Ish. Almost Easter-ish. Sort of. We're heading our way towards Easter. I think that's the next major holiday that Idol Slayer celebrates. Okay, so now any of the, well, the last ones we need, the last Goblin Cloth, we'll get those, so that'll be good. And yeah. But yeah, I mean, at 90 quintillion, I was hoping things would be easier. It's a little bit easier. It's like easier to get the shuriken unlocked. I know I'm going to hear about the shuriken in the comments again. And yeah, somebody, anyways, what I was saying before I think I got distracted by the game, was somebody had mentioned that I probably heard shuriken from Street Fighter, which probably was true. Because that's the name of the Dragon Punch that Ryu or Ryu or whatever his name is that he does. And that would be where it's from. Even though, like, in when I heard it in the game, even in the arcade game, the audio was so bad, I always heard it as all you can, and I knew it wasn't all you can, but it sounded like all you can. It's like, all you can. It doesn't sound like Shoryuken. It doesn't sound like that. If you listen to it, it doesn't really sound like show at all. It sounds like all you can, at least to me. But, I don't know what it was about Street Fighter 2, but I always remember everybody being really excited. And it was probably the Ninja Turtles related for Ryu and Ken. No, not really Ken as much. Mostly Ryu or Ryu. I don't know his name. I remember when somebody told me I was saying his name wrong, and it was like, really? Do you have any proof? And they were like, no. And I'm like, okay, then how do you know I'm saying his name wrong? And that was the end of that argument. Because back then, we didn't have YouTube. There was no YouTube for him to show me a video of this is how you say, I'm going to assume it's Ryu. How you say Ryu's name. There was none of that. Nope, nope. You might have wanted it to be a thing, but there wasn't. In fact, like, my favorite thing in trying to describe the world before cell phones, I think I had this discussion somewhere else, but I'm gonna have it here anyways, is if you've never known a world without cell phones, there's a Seinfeld skit. It's like Seinfeld season 3. I think it's episode 14. It's the movie. At least I think it's episode 14. Now I have to check. And I watched it. Oh, it's season 4, episode 14. That's my bad. And I watched it, though. And as I'm watching it, like, so first off, I never did anything that they did in terms of a movie. But I do remember a time before, I actually was talking to Maria about this, because she remembers having a cell phone in, like, elementary school. I was like, really? I mean, I guess you're finished, so, like, they give you a Nokia phone at birth as part of your citizenship. But she had one. She had a Nokia phone, so, but she was telling me they didn't really plan on the Nokia phone. But, I mean, you're in elementary school, what kind of detailed plans are you going to make, right? Like, let's go to the park. Hey, I want to come over to your house after school. You know, that kind of thing. But I remember there was a time before cell phones. Now, granted, usually the way things worked is because at the time that I lived in this arc of my life, not everybody drived. It was pretty rare for all of us to make individual plans to meet up, which is kind of like the Seinfeld episode. The Seinfeld episode is basically they're all split up trying to meet up at a movie theater. And never had we ever asked the movie theater to look out for us and pass a message. We never did that kind of crazy stuff either. I'm trying not to spoil too much of an episode about a time you don't know, but, you know, you're going to be surprised regardless if you actually watch this. But what I do remember is that basically we'd be like, yeah, show up at this place at this time. And then some people would always be late, like me. I was always late. And some people would always be early. Maria has told me she's one of those always early people. And sometimes you'd have people that, like, you know how you get ghosted now? People just don't answer your text messages. They would just do that, but they would do it in real life by just not showing up. You know, they'd say they were going to go, and then who knows what would happen, and they would just not show up. Now I will say this. I feel like back then, as we had, like I remember my childhood, and, like, I just didn't have a lot to do, so I usually showed up, you know? I can't think of a time, unless I got in trouble with, like, my parents, but I would have said that beforehand. I usually just showed up, because it wasn't like I had this litany of things to do. And I will say this, there just wasn't the entertainment options that I feel like we're faced with today. You know? I just feel like there's so much more entertainment out there today than I had as a kid. Like just Steam with all the discount games. And I want to say the last 10 years has been like the indie game scene and all that. And I want to say it's been like the last 10 to 15 years where it's really been like you can get some indie games that are a lot of fun. And I'm pretty sure we all know Minecraft was the one that I feel like really started that. Minecraft and I'd say Terraria. Those are the two that I feel like really opened up the genre. And, but you think about it. That's in the last 10 years. We didn't have a Terraria when I was growing up. We didn't have a Minecraft when I was growing up. None of that exists. And obviously Minecraft's not like a struggling independent game anymore. I mean, obviously they became huge and all that, but back in the day, they were new. And I don't know. It's just a different world when you don't have Minecraft. Which is I think the best thing. And there just wasn't as many entertainment options, you know. There was no streaming services when I was growing up, so if you wanted to go to see a movie, you had to go to the theater. I know that's barbaric. I mean, we had rental services where you could rent something from like Blockbuster. That's a flashback. And because the selection was more limited, it was in a way better and in a way worse. Like, you'd want to see a certain... Like, I remember wanting to see a movie because my friend said, oh, you really had to see it. He really wanted me to see Reservoir Dogs. And every time we went to Blockbuster, Reservoir Dogs had been rented. So... And honestly... No, this would have been back, yeah. And, I don't know, I thought it was a pretty good movie. I don't think it was worth, like, the hype. It was the same thing with trying to see Running Man, which, my friend said I had to see it. And eventually caught that one on TV. That was the other way you saw movies. Like, I remember as a kid, right, being in, like, I don't know, must have been elementary school? Maybe it was middle school. Probably elementary or middle school. And how since we didn't have, like, watch parties or anything, you know what we would do? We would literally turn on the TV to the same channel because the broadcast was the same, if you know. And that would be our watch party. Because I had TV, you had TV. Hey, let's watch this show together. And then we would bullshit. Like, I remember literally doing that, being on the computer, and just, it would be no different than us, well... very close to what you would see like in a watch party nowadays, where everybody gets on Discord, streams something, watches something. It was very much just like that. And that was one of the interesting things about broadcast, is that you could do something like that. Oh, here we go, Ascending Heights. And so, yeah, that was our prehistoric watch parties. Yeah, the internet was a wild place. Okay, there was nothing there. That one doesn't count. We know better. I don't know that I'm gonna... you know, I hope I finish this achievement before the... Okay, there was one. There was another. There was another. I think there were coins, though. I'll be interested if I finish this quest by the next update. So close. I probably should make it hard mode. I guess I could do that. Both of those are coins. They didn't count. I didn't even know that not all of them counted. Yeah, this quest is like super hard. Like the other quests, like I've just been prioritizing. Like I could finish all these. Like I finished the Anubis quest today on accident. And I kind of assume that's how the other quests are going to get finished on accident, which is why I haven't been rushing it. Alright, we're going to make it hard mode. Because I don't know how we're ever going to finish this quest otherwise. I've been meaning to do it, and I just keep forgetting. And we got one. We got one. Yeah, like the rest of these, like eventually one day, just like today, I left myself in the one place and forgot. I will leave myself in the haunted castle and also forget. Wait, did I get it in the bestiary? I better have got it in the bestiary. Yeah. Oh. How did I... What? How did I kill 600 and... Did I get this guy before? Maybe I did. That explains why I didn't see the pop-up. To be like, oh, you got something new unlocked in the bestiary. I was wondering about that. So I guess I killed him before. So it's the Archdemon I haven't done, and the Frozen Soul is, like, brand new. And everything else I've done here. And this is just, like, when will I go to there and shoot things? You know, getting 3 items. Just these things will happen. In time. But yeah, anyways. That was the whole thing, watching the movie. And, you know, that was... the whole coordination event. But again, we didn't really have that problem because not all of us could drive. So it was much less meet us there and much more, for at least for us. And of course, this is New York, so they're using taxis and stuff like that. Much more for us, instead of meet us there, it was more like, well, somebody's going to drive. Who's going to drive? We'll meet at so-and-so's house and take one car down there. Because the reality is parking where the movie was, it wasn't expensive, but, you know, like, you didn't want everybody didn't want to drive to pay the parking, because it was like $1 to pay the parking, like, 5 times, you know? Anyways, that's how things used to be. And now you can say, oh, wow, look, the old man yelled at the cloud for an hour. Hey, look, I'm just telling you about a world that you can't imagine. That's what this is. Me explaining to you, because look, Idol Slayer, look, I am ready for the update, okay? I have done so much to get ready for the update. There's not much going on with Idol Slayer, so I have to tell you stories from my old-timey past, or we have to have a game design session for Idol Slayer, or we're hoping for the Mega Ascension update. There's not much here. For right now. I mean, and the most I can do is work on chipping away at this stupid show yourself. Which is what we did. But, that said, it's time for a chest hunt. Well, that was fast. That was very fast. But, that said, once again... As always, thank you for watching and listening to my rant. Feel free, please like and subscribe to support the channel, and feel free to ask any questions you have in the comments. That's not my usual exit. I gotta do it again. I changed it, and then it just threw me off. But, that said, once again, as always, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe to support the channel. And if you have any questions, feel free to say something in the comments. I do always look forward to your questions. And as always, thank you again, and I hope you have a great day. I don't know why it only works when I say it in order, but thank you again, and I hope you have a great day.